Russian occupiers continued shelling Ukrainian cities all night. The city of Mykolaiv was hit with multiple launch missile systems. Once again, residential areas were shelled on purpose. A dormitory and other residential buildings were hit in Kharkiv. The city is on fire. At least 8 civilians died. In the city of Ovruch, 2 houses and employment center were destroyed. Even occupied Luhansk was under attack. There was a loud explosion. The oil storage is now on fire. Russia is starting to gather civilian cars on Ukrainian's border to use them in the fights. Apparently, due to lack of equipment, the occupiers are forced to send everything that can be driven to war. They bring civilian buses, minivans and trucks to Ukrainian border by train. All vehicles are marked with the occupier's symbol, letter Z. A cemetery of Russia's military equipment was found near Mykolaiv. There are burnt cars, damaged artillery and scattered ammunition. Shelling craters have not been spotted nearby. Therefore, either Ukrainian weapons destroyed this equipment or the Russians burned it themselves so that Ukrainian defenders could not capture it. Ukrainians continue living their lives in bunkers. A video of an impromptu concert in a shelter has been published online. A girl performed a violin version of the Ukrainian song "What a Moonlight Night."
Europe is on the brim of a new nuclear catastrophe. This is Enerhodar city in Ukraine. The largest in Europe nuclear power plant is located here. Unarmed residents of the city came out to prevent the Russian occupiers from seizing the nuclear power plant. They understand that any damage to the plant will cause an environmental catastrophe, the next Chernobyl or Fukushima. It is no longer a Ukrainian issue. It is a possible threat for the whole of Europe and even the world. For the first time in war history, the Russian army has deliberately attacked a nuclear power plant. It is definitely an act of state terrorism. Even if the concrete walls of the plant will deter the impact, its transformers and turbines are defenseless against mortars and tanks. If they are damaged, there will be a leak of a radiation cloud, and only the wind knows where this cloud goes. Ukrainians defend their land courageously, but their strength is limited. The Russian army acts like terrorists, shelling hospitals, maternity wards, kindergartens, and civil neighborhoods. Putin's army will stop at nothing, even if it means a nuclear disaster. We live in a global world. There are no walls of sanctions or money that will protect you from this disaster. The larger ecosystem of the region covers not only the Black Sea and multiple rivers that run through Ukraine, but also dozens of European countries that are less than 1,000 kilometers away. The outcomes of the possible tragedy will be catastrophic. They will last for decades and cost trillions of euros to overcome. While every Ukrainian is defending Europe with their bare hands from Putin's evil intentions, what does the world do? Europe and Ukraine's allies must act as decisively as the Ukrainian people. Protecting and closing the Ukrainian sky is the #1 task to avoid this catastrophe, because radiation has no nationality and stops at no borders.